Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. For those of you who have been here before, let me start with, I'm sorry I've been missing for a long time. As with everybody, sometimes life happens. It's been about 2 years, almost 2 years since I made a video, and when I first started doing them, I had intended to make them all the time, but I got really sick. And have been fighting chronic illness and autoimmune disorders ever since. But I'm also a caregiver for an elderly parent, and my mother has had 2 shoulder replacements. And then April 23rd of this year, she fell and hit her head on a brick wall and broke her hip. And she's had surgery to repair her hip. She's actually doing fine. We brought her home a week ago today, Friday. And she's been doing really well. She was in rehabs and, all that stuff for 6 weeks. So it's been a long 6 weeks. But during that period, I decided that I wanted to start making videos again. My husband, my son, and I are doing another channel that is like a family channel for us that will chronicle our lives, as it were. We are in the process, or will be, of moving to Florida. The doctors have said that while the Florida climate may not help with all of my issues, in fact, it may exacerbate some of the pain issues temporarily while I'm getting used to it, the immune disorder issues will improve. And so that's what we're attempting to do, is to move to Florida, but we're waiting for Jim to find a job. So in the meantime, we're here. And I decided back in January that I was tired of being sick. And so we started doing some dietary changes and just making some lifestyle changes. And while I know that I will still have to be really careful about being out in public during cold and flu season and things like that, I can enjoy life during the summer, and that's what I plan on doing. So this channel will have some of my crafting stuff on it, as well as some cooking videos showing, the changes that I've made, going from, boxed macaroni and cheese to macaroni and cheese from scratch. That type of change that we're making, because I don't eat processed foods. It doesn't mean I'm perfect. It doesn't mean that I don't splurge sometimes and eat things I'm not supposed to, because I do. But don't we all mess up sometimes? And you have to enjoy life at the same time. So, but I decided to come on tonight and make a video and start this again, because one of the things that Jim and I decided to get rid of in our lives was procrastination. And I kept saying for a long time, I'll do it again when we get to Florida. I'll do it when we get to Florida. I'll do it when we get to Florida. And I don't want to procrastinate anymore. I just want to do it. I miss my friends that I had made when I was doing the videos, and I miss the people that I had talked to, and so it's time to start living my life again. And so I decided this would be a fun time to do it, because I got a Mary Maxim's haul today. Well, actually, I got it yesterday, and I've been really good, and I didn't open it until today. Actually, I haven't totally opened it yet. But also, last night, I was struggling. I had gotten discouraged, and I was just overly tired. And when I get overtired, I get really depressed and just frustrated with life. And I was there last night. Ended up going to bed in tears, and just tired of being sick, tired of being tired of being in pain. And I just fell apart. And I woke up this morning. I was feeling better because I had slept last night. And, but Jim came in, my husband came in carrying a package for me. And I didn't know what it was, but he had ordered something for me, and I was so excited, and I have to show you. About, 3 months ago, something like that, Dina, Mosquito Valley Blogs, had made a baby Afghan on a Cindy Wood Afghan loom. And I've made tons of Afghans. I have 3 jumbo-sized bags of Afghans that are just packed full. But I had always used my S looms. This is one of them. And then I have the Cindy Wood Universal S loom, the really big one. And I had been making baby blankets on this one, but when you're making a baby blanket on this, and you're only going halfway around the loom. So I started at this peg and ended on this one. I'm constantly reaching inside, and my arms get tired because you reach inside to work the stitches, and my arms would get tired. And I kept saying to Jim, I want that round one. I want the round one because I don't have to reach inside. I just work it from the outside and turn the loom. But I knew we couldn't really afford it, and so I just kind of put it out of my mind and kept thinking, all right, maybe for Christmas, maybe for birthday, something I would get it. But when the package came this morning, and this was in it. This is the Cindy Wood 120 peg, 1/2 inch Afghan loom. And it's the round one that I wanted. I don't even know if you can see the whole thing. But this is what I wanted. And so I was really excited, and I can't believe it's, 11:30 or something like that. And I still don't have anything on it. As Dina would say, it's naked. But I was waiting. I was waiting so that I could show you my haul first, and then I'll start it. Back when Mom got hurt, right before she fell, I had ordered from Mary Maxim 1 skein of the baby blankie yarn. That 1 skein of yarn makes a baby blanket, and it's self-striping. And I didn't know if I'd like it or not. I didn't know if it would be soft. I only live an hour and a half from Mary Maxim's, but I hadn't made it up there to the store, so I just ordered it online. Which, by the way, if you ever get a chance to go to Mary Maxim's in Port Huron, Michigan, it is a cool place to go. So, just saying. This is not sponsored, but I love Mary Maxim's. But anyways, so I had ordered a skein of the Mary Maxim's baby blankie self-striping yarn in strawberry. And I didn't know if I'd like it or not, but then I started making it. And it turned out gorgeous. This is it. I don't know if you can see it or not, or how clearly you can see it. This is it. It does its own striping. It does it all the way down, the entire blanket. This is in half right now. So the whole width is this. And it striped itself. And then I crocheted, when it was over, I crocheted a white border on it in the granny stitch. The granny square stitch. And it turned out so pretty. When I was done, I didn't have enough yarn left because, like I said, 1 skein makes a yarn or a blanket. This was all the yarn that was left off the skein. That's it. So obviously I didn't have enough to do a hat and the little sock booty things that I usually make when I make these. So I went to Joann's and I just bought, I have tons of white yarn anyways. So I just bought a pink and a purple that went with it because I can use these for other stuff too. So I made, with those then and some white, I did a little hat. And I don't know if you can see or not, there's a little pink bow button that I found on the front. And I did booties. And again, there's a little pink bow that I sewed on. So Jim is one of 9 kids. And all of the nieces and nephews are starting to have children. So this is for one of the greats that is due actually this month. Can't remember if this one's due this month or next month. One's due in June, one's due in July. So that was that yarn. And as I started making it, I fell in love with the yarn. So I decided I wanted more. And there's probably 20 different combinations or different color skeins. But I didn't get all 20. By the way, they're $8.99 for 1 skein, and 1 skein makes a blanket. But I'm going to show you what I did get. I didn't get them all, but I got some. This one is called Apple Blossom. And it's kind of pinks and yellows. It is almost 700 yards. And it's a number 4, the worsted weight. It's a thin number 4. It's almost a 3 for a baby, but it is a 4. They're wash washable, machine washable. You can put it in the dryer for like 5 minutes and then you lay it flat to dry the rest of the way. Anyways, this one's Apple Blossom. This one is called Citrus Fruits, and it's browns and greens, yellows and white. I don't know how well you can see these. This one is called Honeydew. And like I said, if any of these, if you're interested in them, you can go on the Mary Maxim's website and you can see it probably better because they have some worked up. So you see how it stripes. So this one's called Honeydew. This one is called Morning Glory. And it's the blues and like a periwinkle with a little bit of yellow in it. This one I think they named wrong. This one is called Grape, but to me it should be called Blueberry because it's mostly blue. It's not purple at all. It's light blue, dark blue, a little bit of green and white. That one's Grape. And last but not least, this one is called Melon. And that's, obviously, it's the pinks and oranges and stuff. It's really pretty. So I will work a couple of these and then you can see how they stripe too. Well, before I got that, back in March, Stephen and I went to Minnesota to visit family. We wanted a break. We needed some time away. So he and I went on an adventure and we drove from the Detroit area up to Bemidji, Minnesota, which is about a 14-hour drive. Bemidji is about an hour or so south of the Canadian border. I know, we went in March, really, right? Seriously. Whatever, the weather wasn't too bad. And while we were up there, I started another one. This one is a 10-stitch. And I started and finished it while we were up. Well, I didn't finish it while we were up there, but I started it and then finished it here. But this is for a baby as well. And it's the orange, it's like a salmon color and gray, and then a variegated. And somewhere around here, there's a hat to go with it, but I couldn't find it. It's here somewhere. And then while Mom's been in rehab, I did a couple of others real quick. There's this one that I did out of scrap yarn. I had some extra yarn left, so I did this one. This is a basket weave. You can't really see it, but it is. Just a lightweight summer blanket. And then this one I have to finish. This is for a car seat. It's real narrow. And then I make straps that I crochet the straps. And then I put a button on them so that it lifts the blanket off the baby's face and you put the strap over the handle of the car seat. So I've got that, and I've got one more that I have to make for the baby boy that's coming soon. And then I'll probably be a little bit tired of baby stuff for a little while. I've also done quite a few ruffle scarves. I've actually got a lot of those done, but I sell those or give them as gifts or things like that. So they're nice to have done. So I've been busy. So Dina, in answer to your question, what's on your looms, hooks, or needles? That was it. Right now, they're naked because that loom, this is what I made the hat on, the baby hat. This is the 1/4-inch fine gauge Cindy Wood loom, infant hat loom. And this is the 1/4-inch fine gauge baby sock loom. So that's what I did that hat and sock on. So my looms are all empty, but not for long because I have to get started on this one. So anyways, guys, thanks for joining me. If you like the channel, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. This is what it is. You know, it's just life. And it's my life and what I'm going to be doing and how I'm on a journey to get healthy. I have a lot to live for. I love my husband, and I have an incredible husband and an incredible son. And I am not going to let sickness win. And so I am determined to get better. So that's what I'm going to do. And I would love to hear from you and tell me what you think, and leave comments. And hopefully I will see you in a couple of days. I can't guarantee that I will do this every day because, again, life happens. And, we are starting 3 times a week physical therapy with my mom. And, I homeschool Steven, so we're wrapping up the school year. And, so life takes place, and, sometimes things don't work the way you want them to work. But I will be making more videos, and I will be here. So, take care, everybody. Good night.